Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is your weekly horoscope for Monday the 16th of April going through until Sunday the 22nd of April. It's really nice to be with you today. My horoscopes are based on UK time, so take the time difference into account. If you're on the east coast of the States, then you're 5 hours behind. So if I say 12 o'clock, that will be 7 in the morning for you. Okay? If you're in other areas of the world, either add or subtract the time difference. And again, don't get too hung up on the exact timings of things because these are natural processes. So the things that are happening in the sky are kind of organic changes, and they, like nature, kind of change organically, like spring to summer. It's not an exact day. Now, in these weekly horoscopes, I give you a day-by-day rundown of what's happening in the skies, like an astrological weather report for all signs of the zodiac. And I look at the relationships the planets form in the sky and how they interact with each other and what energy they create. And astrology is based on the principle of as above, so below. So what's happening in the sky is going to influence us here on planet Earth. So, the moon rules the tides, for instance. So when there's a full moon, it increases the high tide and low tide, and all the other planets also have an impact on us as spiritual and human beings. Now let's get started with Monday the 16th of April. We have a new moon in Aries happening on this day. So I've made a separate video on this because a new moon is when the sun and moon meet and the moon recharges its batteries, and I go into more detail about what that really entails. So check out that separate video for more info on that. It's basically, if you try and break it down, the very basics of it is it's really all about new beginnings and taking action. And that has kind of been reflected in world events already. We've been seeing that over the last day or two. So it is about really getting on with things and moving things forward for you personally as well. The moon goes into Taurus at 8:52 in the morning on this day. And the Taurus moon trines Saturn in Capricorn. So first of all, the new moon in Aries, which happens during the night, will urge you to take action in a particular area of your life that's important to you. So work or relationships or health. And then because the moon changes sign into the very practical sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign, which is about taking control of your physical circumstances, money, belongings, health, all of those things. When Taurus makes, the moon makes that change into Taurus, it's really helpful to you because you've now got your idea that you want to move ahead with. And this moon gives you the practical know-how to actually implement the changes that you want. So Monday is a great day to pick an idea and then run with it and implement it. You'll be very productive. Tuesday, the 17th of April, we have Chiron, the wounded healer, entering Aries. Now, Chiron is the part of the chart that's often very difficult until you transform it to become a great strength of yours. And when it goes into Aries, it's about taking action to resolve pain. So it's not always helpful because it's like, for instance, you hurt me, so to get over this pain, rather than just heal myself, I'm going to take action. So I might retaliate to get you back, that kind of thing. Saturn also retrogrades. Saturn is the planet of structure and security. So rather than looking for security in your external world, you start to look at that inwardly. So you start looking at yourself and you ask yourself, how can I create structure in my life through the things that I care about, that I'm interested in? I've talked about this in the monthly horoscopes for each sun sign of the zodiac. So for Taurus, Virgo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Pisces, all the different signs of the zodiac. So if you want more information on the new moon, on the Saturn retrograde, and also later in the week, the Pluto retrograde, check out your monthly horoscope. I go into detail about those retrogrades, and I also tell you what house of the chart that takes place in, so what area of your life it happens in. So the planet is the energy, the sign that it's in is how that energy is expressed, and the house is in that planet and sign is in is the area of your life where that energy plays out. So health or money or family or the self. So check out those monthly horoscopes, they'll give you more information. And check out the video for your sun sign first and then for your rising sign. So on Tuesday as well, we have the Taurus moon forming a relationship with pretty much every other planet in the sky. So don't try and fix all of your life problems in one day. It's going to feel like you need to. Venus is in Taurus. Venus rules Taurus. Venus is the planet of love and beauty. And in Taurus, she's very sensual and very focused on emotional and physical connections. And that sextiles Neptune in Pisces, which is the dream planet. So with that Venus-Neptune sextile, love is in the air, romance is in the air, and there's a desire to connect with other people. So spring is sprung in terms of the emotional kind of romantic side of things. So on Tuesday, you dream of what your life could be like, and you continue to feel driven to take action to realize these dreams and to heal wounds from the past. So choose one area of your life and go for it. You'll have a super, super productive day. So both Monday and Tuesday are very, very productive days where you can get a lot done in terms of realizing your own desires. On Wednesday, the 18th of April, we have the moon going into Gemini at 3 minutes past 12. And the moon is the most sensitive part of who you are. So in Gemini, it becomes very communicative, very curious, very interested in learning different things. If you look at the glyph of Gemini, it's a Roman numeral 2 and it looks like a doorway. So you're interested in trying different things and going through different doorways to find your niche, or the thing that really makes you feel interested and that feels fun. The sun is in Aries and it conjuncts Uranus in Aries. That's really significant. The sun is your identity. It's Aries season, so it's all about taking action and being powerful. But Uranus is the rebel planet, and that is in Aries. It moves very slowly, so that's in Aries for years, and it takes many, many years for it to work its way through the zodiac, where there are 12 signs. So this is the last sign. No, not the last sign. It's the last time the sun is going to conjunct Uranus in Aries until 2094. That's how long it takes to get through the zodiac. So on Wednesday, communication is going to be heightened and your ability to articulate your own needs really improves because you know what to say, you are able to find the right words for what you need. There may be some kind of floating anxiety in the atmosphere due to the Sun-Uranus conjunction, which is going to cause you to experience inner turmoil and a difficulty in keeping things straight. So what I said for the day before, don't try and fix all of your life problems in one day, but choose one area. That's going to be even harder for you on Wednesday because chaos is more the order of the day. And that's because the Sun and Uranus conjunct, and Uranus brings a lot of unpredictability and chaos to your identity. If you even follow the path of Uranus in the sky, it's all over the place. It goes up and down and sideways. It's really chaotic. Now on Thursday, the 19th of April, we still have the Gemini moon. That squares Neptune in Pisces. So you become very imaginative and creative. It quincunxes, so it forms a positive, harmonious relationship with Mars in Capricorn, the male planet, in the worker sign. So let's build something. Jupiter in Scorpio, good luck planet in the sign of water. So good luck via your feelings. And Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto is transformation. In Capricorn, it's transformation of physical, real world things. So Thursday is very clear and straightforward. It's a great day to turn ideas into reality through teamwork and cooperation with others. Done. Friday the 20th of April, we have the moon going into Cancer at 2:28 in the afternoon. The sun goes into Taurus at 3:14 in the morning, so happy birthday Taurus. And the Cancer moon squares Mercury, the communication planet, in Aries, and Chiron in Aries. The moon also sextiles the sun in Taurus and opposes Saturn in Capricorn. So on Friday this is really interesting because you will feel the pain of the past again, and you'll feel driven to take positive action to make the present better. It's almost like fight or flight this week. It's at the back of your mind, you feel and you realize that there's some things that haven't worked out and that have caused you pain. And because of that, you're like, I don't want to look at that. I want to move forward. And that's why you're driven to kind of take action and to get things done, because you don't want to look back. So on this day, you've got two options. You can either delve deeply into the emotional side of things and do kind of emotional healing on yourself with a shaman or with a healer, Reiki healer, pranic healer, someone like that, or going to a workshop which is about facing your shadow side and releasing negativity. Otherwise, if you're not doing that kind of work, focus on practical matters and really continue to be productive, because you do have that ability to look forward and to get things moving. It's just that the feelings become a little bit of a distraction today. So if you do have the luxury of not having to work here on Friday, then you can progress and move forward with the emotional healing. On Saturday, the 21st of April, we have the Cancer Moon. Again, the Cancer Moon is very sensitive and it's interested in taking care of other people and being creative and being intuitive. It trines, so it's in harmony with Jupiter in Scorpio and Neptune in Pisces. So now we've got a lot of water. So a lot of intuitive feelings, a lot of love, a lot of positivity, a lot of connection with the self and what you really feel. That opposes Saturn in Capricorn, Earth, Mars in Capricorn, Earth, and Pluto in Capricorn, more Earth. So we've got a battle between water and Earth. So feelings versus action and practicality. And all week, you've really worked very hard. So on Saturday, it is a really good day to take some time off and to spend time with friends and family and to enjoy yourself and to just really let your hair down and just chill out for a bit. So if you have the ability to take the day off and you can choose whether you work on Saturday or not, then it would be a really good idea to take the day off, because you really have the potential to experience positive and lovely emotional experiences on this day. On Sunday, the 22nd of April, we have the moon going into Leo at 5:10 in the afternoon. So the moon in Leo is far more fiery again, and it's confident, it likes to have fun, it likes to experience thrills, it's good with kids, it's good at leading, it's good at performing, being funny, being entertaining. It's also the first quarter moon at 9:47 in the evening. First quarter moon is when the moon hits the exact middle point between being a new moon, totally black, and heading towards being a full moon, totally illuminated. So you'll see the moon half lit. And there's a sense of build-up and energy building when the first quarter moon is in the heavens, because the moon is waxing and it's getting bigger and stronger. Now, Pluto goes retrograde on this day. So Pluto is the planet of transformation and change. And these outer planets, when they retrograde, they don't affect you as much as the personal planets when they retrograde, Mercury, Venus and Mars, but they still do have an effect. So Pluto is about transformation. When it's direct, you'll look at transformation in a real world sense, like how can I change things in my practical life? When it goes retrograde, you look inwards. How can I transform things through myself, or how can I transform parts of me that I'm not particularly happy with? So if you have a really bad temper and you're aware of that, then you'll look inwards and say, maybe I'll do some work at managing this a little bit better. Check out, again, the monthly horoscopes, because I go into more detail about both the Saturn and Pluto retrograde. And again, I tell you what houses they take place in. So if you're a sun sign Taurus, then you'll know that Saturn goes retrograde, for example, in the second house of money. So you'll start thinking about how to create more security in your finances. And Pluto maybe goes into retrograde in your 7th. So in that case, then you would think, what can I do in terms of my own behavior and myself to be better in relationships? The Leo moon trines Mercury in Aries, both in fire, and Chiron in Aries, more fire, and it squares the sun in Taurus. So on Sunday the 22nd, because there is a push forwards towards inner reflection and taking accountability of yourself, you may get frustrated with that and go off on someone because you'd rather experience anger than taking a cold, hard look at yourself. It's much easier to kind of blame other people for your problems than it is to look at yourself and say, wow, I really behaved badly there. Takes a little bit of being a grown-up to take responsibility for your role in what your life is like, because we do play a part in things, and the situations that we find ourselves in, we often create through our belief systems or the decisions we've made in the past. This Pluto retrograde is an opportunity to look at yourself, to do a personal inventory, and some people really don't like doing that. They run and sprint from that. They don't want to look at themselves. They just want to get on with life and not be introspective at all. And some people live their lives that way all the time. I don't want to look at myself. I don't want to be alone. I just want to be distracted all the time and move things forward. And if you are one of these people, you particularly may go off on someone because there is now this astrological push for you to go inwards and to look within. And if you're unwilling to do that, you may be angry. So rather than channeling that energy into anger, channel it into just really being objective and looking at yourself and saying, okay, I do tend to lose my temper. Maybe that's why I've experienced these problems, and what can I do about that? And then you look around, and because it is a very practical week of taking action, then you could say, maybe I'll take an anger management class, or I'll start doing yoga, or I'll meditate, or I will start doing chakra balancing and cleansing so that I don't deal with these things anymore. Ultimately, be kind to yourself and to others on Sunday, because it's not easy to look at yourself and your own shortcomings, and other people are maybe the brunt of your anger, even if they've done nothing wrong. So just try and cool things down a little bit by being kind, and keep that in mind on Sunday. I'm going to go into this day and I'm going to be kind to myself. I don't have to examine every single part of myself. Pluto's in retrograde for months and months and months. I've got time. It's my choice when and if I look. And I don't have to blame things on other people. So just do something nice for yourself. Maybe go on a walk or take a bath or spend time with friends, whatever it is you enjoy doing. So that's what I get for you this week. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. And in my readings, I use astrology, tarot, and numerology, and I combine them all. The astrology chart in particular gives me a blueprint of your soul. It shows me where you've been in a past life and why you've come back into this lifetime, and what your life purpose is for being here. It shows me what vocationally you're gifted at and what you're going to be good at working. It shows me what's coming up for you in your love life, in your career, in relationships, health, spiritual progress, family relationships. And I can also look at what's destined for you in those areas. So if you're destined to be married with children, or if the main thing in your life is meant to be career. So if you're interested in that, I can also answer questions like, am I compatible with this partner? When's the best time to move? Where's the best place for me to live? I look at that via the astrocartography. When is love going to come my way? I can look at all of those things. So do visit the website, gregoryscott.com. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I will speak to you tomorrow for the daily tarot readings that I do. I'll speak to you next week for these weekly horoscopes for each sign of the zodiac, for all signs of the zodiac, I should say rather. And check out the monthly horoscopes for each specific sign of the zodiac. Have a great week ahead, and I'll speak to you in a week's time.